I am Ari, and I am living proof that you can still have a life with a disability. Welcome to my journey. Alright, today we're going to be making ghee in the slow cooker because sometimes people have time to sit there and over the big pot, and it causes some of us anxiety. I'm not gonna lie, a little scared. So ghee is butter that has had its milk solids removed, separated, which is what I'm taking off the top of this right here until I realize that there's a better way, and switch to a sieve that scooped them right up. So once you separate the milk solids, it becomes shelf stable, so it's not going to go rancid if it's sitting on the shelf. Of course, you still want to keep it out of light and keep it away from oxygen, but they seal in the jars. So you just let it go, and it went for about 8 to 10 hours because it goes through different phases where it melts, and then it goes to clarified butter, which is really clear. And then you can see here is where it's a little bit darker again. That is actually the ghee itself. So that's what it's going to be wanting to look like when you want to pull it out of the crock pot, because it's no longer clarified. It's ready to go. This is my first time doing it. I'm not going to lie. And then you can see the milk solids there just kind of hanging out the bottom. They're heavier, so they sink, which worked to my advantage later on, because to get the bottom of it put in the jars, basically what I did is I put the last little bit of it in a jar, let it all sink, and then just poured the top of it, just the ghee itself, into a jar. And during this part of it, I'm basically getting my jars ready. They are being baked to sanitize, so they just have to be sanitized at over 300 degrees for about, I think I did 15-20 minutes. Stick them in the oven, bring them out. They're nice and hot, and they're dry. That is the most important part, is that they are dry. So when the ghee goes into it, there's no milk to cause spoiling later on. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Instead, we're just looking at this because I was being silly. But for the top part of it, I basically just ran it through a filter. You could also use cheesecloth. And I went ahead and got them into the jars. And this took a while, so this is super sped up. You wouldn't even believe how fast this is actually sped up. But you want to filter it. You definitely could use cheesecloth, coffee filters, anything like that. Okay, so that entire crock pot made one entire case of these. This is the ghee. And there's another one in the fridge. So it came down to towards the end. I was having a hard time filtering out the solids because they went right through the mesh because it was that fine. So what I did is I just stuck it in a couple jars, let it settle down to the bottom, and then poured the top part into another jar. I just kept doing that until I could get it filtered out at the end, so the last little bit didn't go to waste. And then the last jar that's in the fridge actually still has milk solids in it. That's why it's in the fridge. So, but these are shelf stable, and these will be good for quite a long time. They're all sealed, not greasy at all. So I'm super happy with how this turned out. And now I have a lot of ghee or butter saved aside for later. So that is how you can butter or make ghee using the crock pot. I don't know what's on my jar there. I know it's on the jar, not in the jar. That's weird. But yeah, so, and it's without the milk solids. So they look good. I'm happy. They're gonna stay nice and fresh. So I'm gonna have this for a while. And I should have made some in some smaller jars too, for like trips or whatever. You just take a small little jar of ghee with you, and that's it. That's all you gotta do.